Floating in the vast emptiness of space, with nothing but millions of miles of silence stretching in every direction, what would you rely on for comfort? For astronauts, this isn't just a hypothetical question, it's their reality. Months, sometimes years, of isolation with only the occasional voice from mission control to break the solitude. But what if cutting-edge technology could change all of that? Imagine robotic companions designed not just to assist, but to connect, to entertain, and to support astronauts in ways we've only dreamed of. These aren't just machines, they're emotional lifelines, bringing the spirit of companionship to the most remote corners of the universe. In this video, we'll explore the groundbreaking concept of space pets, the fascinating fusion of robotics and human psychology, and the profound impact these innovations could have on the future of space exploration. Let's uncover how technology is transforming loneliness into connection and science fiction into a remarkable reality. Imagine spending month after month in a tiny, confined space, surrounded by the same few faces, if any at all, and cut off from the world you've always known. The vastness of space, while awe-inspiring, can also feel overwhelmingly empty. For astronauts, this is more than a passing thought, it's their daily reality. Long-duration space missions, such as those aboard the International Space Station or potential future journeys to Mars, come with an enormous psychological toll. Isolation, lack of variety, and the constant pressure of the mission can lead to feelings of loneliness, homesickness, and even more severe mental health challenges. Psychologists have long studied the effects of isolation on humans, and the findings are clear. Prolonged periods of social isolation can increase stress levels, heighten anxiety, and even impair cognitive function. For astronauts whose tasks require peak cognitive performance and emotional resilience, these effects are especially concerning. Studies from Antarctic research stations, environments often used as analogues for space habitats, have shown that people in extreme isolation can experience issues like mood swings, difficulty concentrating, and feelings of depression. And unlike on Earth, where we can often step outside for a change of scenery or interact with new people to break the monotony, astronauts are stuck in a sealed, unchanging environment with very little room for personal space or privacy. To combat these challenges, space agencies have employed various strategies, from regular communication with loved ones to virtual reality, simulations that mimic familiar Earth settings. But there's always been something missing: a sense of immediate, interactive companionship that feels both personal and meaningful. This is where robotic companions or space pets come into the picture. These advanced machines are being designed not just to assist with tasks, but to provide emotional support, filling the void left by the absence of human interaction. Unlike traditional robots, which are often seen as cold or purely functional, these companions are being developed with a deep understanding of human psychology. They're programmed to recognize and respond to emotions, learning over time to adapt to an astronaut's unique personality and preferences. For example, if an astronaut appears stressed, the robot might offer words of encouragement or even suggest taking a break from work. Some prototypes are designed to simulate the qualities of a pet, like a cat or a dog, offering playful interactions, companionship, and even tactile comfort. This blend of functionality and emotional intelligence helps create a bond between human and machine, making the robotic companion feel less like a tool and more like a trusted friend. The potential impact of these companions is profound. They can help reduce the cognitive and emotional burden of isolation, improve mental health, and even enhance team dynamics by providing astronauts with an outlet for emotional expression. Think about it: having a robotic friend who listens without judgment, offers light-hearted distractions, or simply sits quietly by your side could make all the difference during a grueling mission. In some cases, these robots could even strengthen an astronaut's sense of purpose and optimism, encouraging them to keep pushing forward despite the challenges. By bridging the gap between human connection and technology, these robotic companions represent a revolution in space travel. They're not just solving practical problems, they're tackling the deeply human need for connection, even when millions of miles from home. As we prepare for the next era of exploration missions to Mars, lunar bases, and beyond, it's clear that companionship in all its forms will be just as vital as oxygen or water. And now, with space pets, the future of companionship in space is looking brighter than ever. For decades, the idea of robotic companions has captured our imaginations, sparked by iconic figures from science fiction. Think of R2-D2 from Star Wars, the loyal and resourceful droid always ready to assist, or the heartwarming Wall-E, a robot with a surprisingly profound capacity for emotion and connection. These creations have long represented humanity's vision of what robots could be, more than just tools, but companions capable of forming genuine bonds with their human counterparts. But how close are we to turning these dreams into reality? Surprisingly close, thanks to incredible advancements in artificial intelligence and robotics. The line between science fiction and science fact is rapidly disappearing. To understand this transformation, we need to look back at where robotics began. Early robots, while groundbreaking for their time, were primarily designed for industrial tasks, welding, assembling, or performing repetitive operations with precision. They were anything but companions. These machines were clunky, entirely programmed by humans, and incapable of any independent thought or interaction. The idea of robots understanding emotions or engaging in meaningful communication was purely the stuff of futuristic stories. But over the years, the fields of artificial intelligence and robotics have made remarkable strides, particularly in creating machines that can process and respond to complex human behaviors. Today, we see robots that can hold conversations, recognize facial expressions, and even learn from their interactions. Artificial intelligence has been a game-changer, allowing machines to interpret emotional cues like tone of voice, body language, and word choice. This shift has paved the way for robots that don't just follow commands but can adapt to human needs. Take social robots like Pepper or Paro, for instance. Pepper is designed to greet and interact with people in a friendly, conversational way, making it popular in settings like retail or healthcare. Paro, on the other hand, is modeled after a baby seal and has been used as a therapeutic companion for elderly patients. These examples might not be as sophisticated as R2-D2 or Wall-E, but they represent a significant leap in combining robotics with emotional intelligence. Now, imagine taking this technology to the next level, creating robots capable of thriving in extreme, isolated environments like deep space. This is where the leap from fiction to reality becomes even more exciting. In space, robotic companions need to serve dual purposes: functional assistance and emotional support. They must be highly adaptive, able to learn the habits, moods, and preferences of their astronaut counterparts, while also providing reliable help with mission-critical tasks. Designing such robots isn't just about programming them to perform actions, it's about giving them personality. Personality-rich robots could interact in ways that feel natural and engaging, cracking a joke to lift an astronaut's spirits, or even mimicking the quirks of a beloved pet left behind on Earth. This transition from basic machines to advanced, emotionally intelligent companions is being powered by innovations like machine learning, advanced sensors, and natural language processing. Machine learning allows robots to grow smarter over time, identifying patterns in human behavior and adjusting their responses to better suit an individual's needs. Meanwhile, sensors enable robots to perceive their surroundings with incredible accuracy, detecting changes in mood or even vital signs. And thanks to natural language processing, robots can hold fluid conversations, making their interactions feel more human. These technologies, when combined, create the foundation for machines that can genuinely connect with people. But the journey isn't just about engineering breakthroughs, it's also about understanding human psychology. Developers are working closely with psychologists and other experts to ensure these robots are not only functional but also emotionally enriching. For example, studies have shown that robots displaying empathy through tone, expressions, or actions are more likely to establish trust with humans. This insight has been crucial for building robots that feel less mechanical and more relational, enhancing their ability to act as true companions. As we look toward the future, the evolution of robotic companions is only accelerating. In a few years, the fictional visions of R2-D2 and Wall-E could seem quaint compared to what we'll have achieved. With each new innovation, the dream of emotionally intelligent, personality-rich robots designed to journey alongside us, whether here on Earth or in the farthest reaches of space, becomes more real. And for astronauts venturing into the unknown, these advancements are poised to transform not only how they work but also how they feel. The age of robotics as mere tools is ending, and the era of robotics as trusted companions is just beginning. So, what exactly makes a space pet? Designing a robot that goes beyond functionality to provide genuine companionship requires a careful blend of advanced technology and deep psychological understanding. These machines aren't just tools, they're meant to fill an emotional void, easing the isolation of life in space. To achieve this, scientists and engineers are crafting robots with features that make them feel less like gadgets and more like lifelike companions. Let's dive into the key design elements that turn a robot into a space pet. First and foremost is lifelike behavior. To create a sense of connection, these robots need to simulate the kind of interactions we have with pets on Earth. Think about the joy of a dog wagging its tail when you come home, or a cat curling up beside you after a long day. Space pets are designed to replicate these comforting behaviors in subtle but effective ways. For instance, they might purr or make soothing sounds when you interact with them, or perform playful movements to encourage engagement. These behaviors may seem simple, but they're rooted in psychological research showing how small, positive interactions with animals, or even animal-like entities, can reduce stress and enhance emotional well-being. By mimicking these behaviors, space pets can provide astronauts with a familiar sense of companionship, even millions of miles from Earth. Next is the integration of AI-driven emotional intelligence, which is arguably the heart of what makes these robots more than just machines. Emotional intelligence enables space pets to recognize and respond to the nuances of human emotions. Using advanced sensors and machine learning, these robots can analyze vocal tone, facial expressions, and even body language to determine how their human companion is feeling. If an astronaut seems stressed or tired, the robot might adapt its behavior, offering comforting gestures, suggesting a moment of relaxation, or even initiating a light-hearted distraction. This ability to respond appropriately to emotional cues helps create a bond that feels authentic, making the robot a true source of emotional support rather than just a programmed assistant. But emotional intelligence alone isn't enough. Space pets also need adaptive interactions to maintain a sense of novelty and relevance over time. Unlike traditional robots that follow predictable patterns, these companions are designed to learn and evolve. They get to know their astronaut partner, tailoring their responses and behaviors to suit individual preferences. For example, one astronaut might prefer a robotic companion that's playful and chatty, while another might find comfort in a quieter, more reserved presence. By adapting to these preferences, space pets avoid becoming stale or repetitive, ensuring they remain engaging and supportive throughout the duration of a long mission. Then there's the matter of appearance, a surprisingly important aspect of the design. While space pets don't have to look exactly like real animals, their physical design is often inspired by familiar shapes and textures that evoke feelings of warmth and comfort. Some prototypes resemble small, cuddly animals like cats, dogs, or even seals, chosen for their universally soothing qualities. Others go for a more futuristic aesthetic, blending animal traits with sleek, robotic designs to strike a balance between familiarity and innovation. The key is customizability. Astronauts might have the option to personalize their space pets, selecting characteristics like size, color, or even specific behaviors, making the robot feel uniquely theirs. This personal touch can deepen the emotional connection, transforming the robot from a generic device into a cherished companion. Ultimately, every design choice, from the lifelike behaviors to the emotional intelligence and appearance, is geared toward one goal: reducing stress and building an emotional bond. In the high-pressure, isolated environment of space, such bonds can play a critical role in maintaining mental health and overall well-being. These robots aren't just technical marvels, they're psychological assets, combining engineering and empathy in ways that push the boundaries of what technology can offer. By blending science and heart, space pets are redefining companionship for the final frontier, ensuring that no astronaut has to face the universe alone. So, what makes space pets truly possible? How do these robotic companions move, think, and respond in ways that make them feel almost alive? The answer lies in the convergence of several groundbreaking technologies, each playing a crucial role in shaping these machines into dynamic, emotionally intelligent partners. From artificial intelligence to biomimicry to advanced sensors, let's take a closer look at the innovations powering the creation of space pets. First, there's the backbone of any smart companion: artificial intelligence. AI is what allows space pets to think, learn, and adapt in ways that feel personal and intuitive. At its core, artificial intelligence enables these robots to process huge amounts of data, from the words an astronaut says to the tone in their voice or the expressions on their face. Using machine learning algorithms, space pets don't just follow static programming, they evolve. Over time, they can pick up on patterns in an astronaut's behavior and preferences, tailoring their interactions to provide exactly what that person needs when they need it. For example, if an astronaut tends to feel stressed after long work sessions, the space pet might learn to step in with calming activities or simple conversation at just the right moment. Essentially, AI allows these robots to become more than one-size-fits-all tools. They become personalized companions, growing alongside their human counterparts and strengthening the bond between them. But it's not just about intelligence. Space pets also need to move and act in ways that feel natural and lifelike. This is where biomimicry comes in. Biomimicry is the practice of designing technology based on the mechanics and behaviors found in nature, and it's what gives space pets their lifelike movements and tendencies. Whether it's the soft, fluid motions of a tail wagging or the gentle way a robotic paw might reach out, biomimicry makes these machines feel less mechanical and more alive. Engineers study real animals closely, analyzing everything from how cats stretch to the way dogs tilt their heads in curiosity. Then, they replicate these behaviors in robotic form, using motors, actuators, and soft robotics to create movements that feel organic. For astronauts, these natural movements can trigger the same emotional responses as interactions with real animals, reinforcing the sense of connection. Imagine a robotic dog-like companion that happily trots over to greet you after a long shift. That simple act, powered by biomimicry, could make an isolated space environment feel so much more welcoming. The third key technology is advanced sensory systems, which allow space pets to perceive and respond to the world around them with remarkable accuracy. These robots are equipped with a combination of visual, audio, and touch-sensitive sensors that work together to gather detailed information about their environment and the humans they interact with. Cameras and microphone arrays enable the robot to recognize facial expressions, detect changes in tone of voice, or even pick up subtle cues like body posture. Touch sensors, sometimes integrated with soft, fur-like materials, allow space pets to respond to physical interactions, like a pat on the head or a rub on their fur. This sensory feedback isn't just about functionality. It's about creating a real-time, interactive experience that feels intuitive and emotionally engaging. For example, if an astronaut appears visibly upset or stressed, the sensors might pick up on their furrowed brow or quieter than usual voice. The robot could then respond automatically by offering soothing words, playing calming music, or even nuzzling closer in a comforting gesture. These sensors essentially act as the robot's eyes, ears, and skin, helping it to connect with its astronaut partner in a deeply personal way. What's truly remarkable is how these technologies work together seamlessly. The AI processes emotional and environmental data collected by the sensors, learning from and adapting to its user over time. Meanwhile, biomimicry ensures that every movement and response feels fluid and natural. Together, these innovations create a companionship experience that's not only functional but also emotionally fulfilling. It's as if the robotic companion becomes an extension of the astronaut support system, intuitively sensing their needs and providing comfort in a way that feels authentic. In many ways, space pets are the perfect example of how advancements in multiple fields of technology can converge to solve one of humanity's oldest challenges: the need for connection in times of isolation. By combining intelligence, lifelike behavior, and emotional responsiveness, these robotic companions have the potential to transform not just the way astronauts work, but how they feel during their long journeys far from home. It's a testament to how science and creativity can merge to meet the deeply human need for companionship, even in the reaches of the final frontier. While the emotional support provided by space pets is undeniably their most compelling feature, these robotic companions are far from mere sources of comfort. They're also engineered to serve practical functions that make them indispensable tools for astronauts. In the high-stakes environment of space exploration, where every minute matters and every task contributes to the success of the mission, space pets are designed to multitask, merging emotional intelligence with operational efficiency. Let's explore how these innovative robots go beyond companionship to become vital team members aboard spacecraft. One of the most important practical roles space pets play is monitoring astronauts' health. Living in space for extended periods can take a toll on both physical and mental well-being. Microgravity affects muscles, bones, and even cardiovascular health, requiring astronauts to follow strict exercise routines and health protocols. Space pets are equipped with sensors and AI to help track vital signs like heart rate, breathing patterns, and even stress levels by analyzing changes in voice tone or facial expressions. For instance, if an astronaut's heart rate spikes abnormally during exercise, or if stress indicators are consistently high, the space pet could alert them and even suggest appropriate actions, like taking a break or performing stress-reducing activities. These constant, real-time health assessments act as an extra layer of support, complementing medical check-ins from Earth-based mission control. Beyond monitoring health, these robots can also serve as personalized reminders for astronauts, a feature that's more valuable than it might initially seem. Space missions involve highly regimented schedules filled with tasks ranging from scientific experiments to spacecraft maintenance. With so much going on, it's easy to overlook small but crucial actions like staying hydrated or performing daily stretches to combat the effects of microgravity. Space pets can step in as friendly, non-intrusive reminders. Unlike a rigid alarm system, their contextual understanding allows them to deliver prompts at the right moments and in natural ways. For example, instead of a cold, mechanical notification saying, "Drink water," a space pet might say something like, "Hey, it looks like you've been working hard for a while. How about grabbing a drink to stay hydrated?" This conversational approach not only ensures astronauts stay on track, but also reduces the perception of nagging, transforming task prompts into encouraging interactions. When it comes to maintenance and operational efficiency, space pets also shine. Spacecraft and eventually space habitats require constant upkeep to remain functional and safe. From inspecting equipment for wear and tear to assisting with routine repairs, these robotic companions can serve as handy assistants. Imagine a space pet equipped with robotic extensions that can help an astronaut tighten a bolt, hold a flashlight, or pass tools during a repair job. Some prototypes are even being developed to autonomously perform small tasks like vacuuming debris or checking air filters, taking some of the burden off astronauts and freeing their time for more critical mission objectives. By handling these smaller, time-consuming chores, space pets make life aboard a spacecraft more manageable while helping ensure everything runs smoothly. Another key practical application is their ability to act as a bridge between humans and more complex systems. Spacecraft are packed with advanced technology, and troubleshooting issues quickly and accurately can be a matter of safety. Space pets can serve as intuitive interfaces that simplify the process. Rather than navigating complex controls or referring to thick manuals, an astronaut could simply ask their robotic companion for assistance. For example, if an astronaut needs to know the status of a specific system, the space pet could pull the data, interpret it, and present it in a way that's easy to understand. By acting as both an assistant and a communicator, these robots help astronauts spend less time buried in technical details and more time focusing on the mission's larger goals. Finally, these multitasking robots can also serve as valuable tools for mission planning and simulation. Space pets equipped with advanced analytical capabilities can help astronauts predict outcomes, identify potential risks, and even simulate responses to unexpected challenges. Whether it's mapping the best way to store cargo, calculating an efficient sequence for experiment setups, or preparing a team to handle a sudden hardware malfunction, these robots can act as virtual assistants, offering insights that improve planning and execution. In essence, space pets are far more than cute companions. They're multitasking marvels, seamlessly blending emotional intuition with practical functionality to enhance astronauts' daily lives and contribute to the overall success of the mission. By monitoring health, managing tasks, assisting with maintenance, simplifying complex interactions, and even boosting planning efficiency, these robotic partners are proving themselves to be indispensable assets for the future of space exploration. With space pets by their side, astronauts aren't just better cared for, they're more effective, capable, and prepared to tackle the challenges of the unknown. The journey toward creating fully functional space pets is already well underway, with several exciting prototypes and real-life experiments offering a glimpse into this promising future. Space agencies and research teams around the world are testing the limits of robotics to determine what works, what doesn't, and how robotic companions can best support astronauts on long missions. Let's take a closer look at some of the most notable examples, from floating artificial assistants to humanoid robots, and explore the lessons they've taught us about designing the perfect robotic partner for space exploration. One standout example comes from the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, or JAXA, with their creation of the Int-Ball. The Int-Ball, short for Internal Ball Camera, is a small, spherical robot designed to assist astronauts aboard the International Space Station. Equipped with high-definition cameras, it floats effortlessly in microgravity, capturing photos and videos of the crew's activities. This footage is sent back to Earth, giving mission control a real-time perspective on what's happening aboard the station. The Int-Ball is controlled remotely, but its design is centered on convenience. It eliminates the need for astronauts to waste valuable time setting up cameras or documenting tasks themselves. While its primary role is functional, its friendly, cartoonish appearance, complete with large, expressive blue eyes, gives it an approachable, almost pet-like quality. Through the Int-Ball, JAXA has highlighted how even simple functionalities can make astronauts' lives easier while giving the technology a humanized touch that feels relatable. However, as useful as it is, the Int-Ball is still limited to specific tasks and doesn't yet have the emotional intelligence or adaptability of a true space pet. NASA, too, has been at the forefront of experimenting with robotic assistants. One of their most noteworthy endeavors is Robonaut, a humanoid robot designed to work alongside astronauts. Robonaut is equipped with a torso, arms, and advanced hands capable of performing tasks that require dexterity, such as handling tools or operating controls. Unlike the Int-Ball, Robonaut was created with the potential to operate both inside and outside of the spacecraft. The idea is that it could one day assist with spacewalks, reducing the physical strain and risk to human crew members. Robonaut has already been deployed to the International Space Station for testing, where it performed basic tasks like flipping switches and working with equipment. While it's more focused on functionality than companionship, its human-like design has sparked interest in how such robots could eventually incorporate emotional intelligence to bridge the gap between tool and partner. Challenges with Robonaut, however, have demonstrated how complex it is to create robots that can handle the unpredictable nature of space environments. For instance, joints and mechanisms must endure extreme temperatures, and programming robots to adapt to novel situations can be a significant hurdle. These challenges provide valuable insights for the next generation of robotic companions. Then there's SIMMON, the crew interactive mobile companion, developed through a collaboration between the German Aerospace Center, Airbus, and IBM. Unlike Robonaut, which is humanoid, SIMMON is a floating, basketball-sized orb equipped with artificial intelligence powered by IBM's Watson system. Designed as an emotional and cognitive assistant, SIMMON represents a major step toward creating robotic companions that can actually interact with astronauts on a human level. SIMMON can process spoken commands, hold conversations, and provide mission-critical information, all while using its AI to adapt to the needs of the astronaut it's assisting. Its ability to respond conversationally with an expressive digital face that displays emotions like happiness or sympathy sets it apart from robots designed purely for manual tasks. During its tests aboard the ISS, SIMMON showed promise as a friendly helper, capable of reducing the monotony of repetitive tasks and even lightening the mood with jokes or casual exchanges. However, early trials also highlighted some of the challenges of developing emotionally intelligent robots. For instance, SIMMON initially struggled to interpret nuanced emotional cues or maintain a natural conversational flow, emphasizing the complexity of creating truly intuitive companions for space. These prototypes, Int-Ball, Robonaut, and SIMMON, showcase the incredible progress being made in the field of robotic companions. Each has contributed valuable insights into what works and what still needs improvement. Int-Ball proves how even simple tools can alleviate astronauts' workloads while offering a sense of personality. Robonaut demonstrates the potential for robots to take on physically demanding tasks, reducing risks to human crew members. And SIMMON pushes the boundary of human-robot interaction, paving the way for emotionally aware companions that could become true partners in space. Together, these advancements are bringing science fiction closer to reality, offering us a realistic glimpse of a future where no astronaut has to explore the cosmos alone. Creating space pets that can thrive in the unforgiving environment of space is no small feat. While the vision of robotic companions providing both practical aid and emotional support to astronauts is incredibly promising, turning that vision into reality comes with significant challenges. Designing a machine that feels alive, fosters human connection, and functions reliably in space requires navigating a web of technical, logistical, and even ethical hurdles. Let's delve into some of the most pressing obstacles that engineers and scientists face when crafting these futuristic companions. One of the first and most obvious challenges is ensuring that space pets can operate flawlessly in the extreme conditions of space. Space is not just cold and empty, it's an environment that actively works against the survival of both living beings and machines. Temperatures aboard spacecraft can swing dramatically, and exposure to microgravity affects the mechanics of even the most carefully designed systems. Robots need to be built with materials and components that can withstand not only temperature fluctuations but also radiation from cosmic rays, which can interfere with delicate electronics. For example, shielding sensors and processors from radiation while keeping the robot lightweight enough for space travel requires a delicate balance of material science and creative engineering. Additionally, components like motors and joints need to function smoothly in microgravity over long periods without failing, which is no easy task given the wear and tear that comes with extended use in such a harsh environment. Beyond coping with the physical conditions of space, another major hurdle is ensuring space pets can operate uninterrupted for months or even years on missions far from Earth. Unlike on Earth, where a malfunctioning robot can be quickly repaired or swapped out, astronauts on deep space missions may not have immediate access to replacement parts or technical support. This makes durability and reliability absolutely critical. Engineers must design space pets to be as self-sufficient as possible. They need to include systems for onboard diagnostics, allowing the robot to identify and potentially resolve minor issues on its own. Imagine a space pet detecting a glitch in its sensor array and patching it without human intervention. This kind of autonomy reduces the chances of a breakdown interrupting a mission. Designing such self-repairing systems, however, is a major technological challenge that researchers are still working to master. Equally tricky is the task of striking a balance between functionality and emotional resonance. For a space pet to serve as a meaningful companion, it needs to feel relatable and engaging, but this shouldn't come at the cost of its performance as a tool. Achieving this balance requires bridging two vastly different disciplines, machine functionality and human-centered design. If the robot's emotional intelligence is too basic or its behaviors feel forced, astronauts may view it as a mere gadget, reducing its emotional impact. On the other hand, too much emphasis on personality and aesthetics might compromise the robot's core functionalities, like assisting with repairs or monitoring astronaut health. Striking this balance requires thoughtful integration of advanced AI, lifelike design, and seamless multitasking, all in a compact, reliable package that fits within the constraints of space travel. But perhaps the most thought-provoking challenge lies in the ethical dilemmas that come with introducing emotionally intelligent robots into such an isolated environment. Space pets are intended to provide comfort and companionship, but they also raise questions about the role they play in human relationships. Should machines be designed to mimic human interactions so closely that they replace genuine emotional connections? For astronauts who are already cut off from family and friends for long stretches of time, relying too heavily on a robotic companion could blur the line between authentic relationships and artificial ones. Some psychologists worry that this could lead to unintended consequences, such as astronauts becoming overly dependent on their robotic friends or struggling to reintegrate into human social networks upon returning to Earth. These concerns compel designers to think carefully about how space pets are programmed. The goal is not to replace human relationships, but to supplement them, helping astronauts cope with isolation without undermining their ability to connect with real people. Additionally, there's the question of how much autonomy to give these robots. While independence is necessary for practical reasons, especially during long missions where human oversight may be limited, too much autonomy could make astronauts uncomfortable. After all, no one wants to feel as though their companion is making decisions in ways they can't fully understand or control. Striking the right balance, creating a robot that feels intelligent and supportive without crossing into the uncanny valley of unpredictability, is another layer of complexity in the design process. Despite these challenges, the potential benefits of space pets make overcoming these hurdles worth the effort. Each obstacle provides valuable insights into both robotic engineering and human psychology, pushing us to innovate in ways that bring us closer to creating companions that are not just functional, but truly transformative. The process is a delicate dance between technology, empathy, and ethics, but with every new breakthrough, we edge closer to a future where astronauts can explore the final frontier with a robotic partner that feels just as vital as any human teammate. As humanity prepares to venture further into the unknown, pushing the boundaries of deep space exploration, the role of robotic companions isn't just a short-term solution to combat isolation. It's a catalyst for rethinking the entire relationship between humans and machines. Space pets represent more than the next step in robotics. They symbolize a shift in how we define companionship, connection, and collaboration with non-human entities. Their implications stretch well beyond the confines of spacecraft, offering insights into how these technologies could transform both the future of space travel and life here on Earth. For astronauts, space pets are poised to become indispensable partners on the long journeys that await us. Missions to Mars or even further into the solar system could take years to complete, leaving astronauts in environments even more isolated and grueling than those experienced on the International Space Station. In such conditions, space pets won't just be nice to have. They'll be essential for maintaining mental health, emotional stability, and operational efficiency. Their ability to provide personalized emotional support, adapt to individual needs, and assist with tasks will make them invaluable teammates in the mission to explore worlds beyond our own. But the implications of space pets don't stop at helping astronauts. The lessons we learn from developing these robotic companions could reshape the role of technology in everyday life on Earth. As these robots grow more advanced, they may set new standards for emotional intelligence in machines, influencing how robots interact with humans in workplaces, schools, healthcare facilities, and even homes. Imagine a future where robots serve as empathetic companions for the elderly, providing not only practical help but also meaningful conversations and emotional support to combat loneliness. Or picture robotic assistants in classrooms, designed to adapt their teaching methods to individual students, balancing education with encouragement to foster a love of learning. The adaptive, emotionally intelligent frameworks developed for space pets could pave the way for machines that interact with humans in ways that feel more natural, more understanding, and most importantly, more human. This evolution could redefine what it means to connect emotionally with machines, Historically, interactions with robots have been purely functional. We press buttons, issue commands, and the robot performs its task. But space pets aim to create genuine emotional bonds, blurring the line between tool and companion. This shift raises profound questions. Could we one day view robots as true friends rather than just devices? Will the ability to form an emotional bond with a machine change how we value human relationships? While the thought of emotionally connecting with a robot might feel strange to some, it's not entirely unprecedented. Studies have shown that people already form attachments to digital assistants like Siri and Alexa, even assigning personality traits to them. As robotic technology becomes more advanced and lifelike, these connections could grow even deeper, challenging traditional notions of companionship. On a societal level, this could significantly impact how we address issues like loneliness and emotional support. Space pets might spark a broader acceptance of robots as sources of comfort in everyday life, particularly for individuals who struggle with social isolation. From individuals living alone to those in remote or high-stress professions, emotionally intelligent robots could provide interactions that feel supportive and fulfilling. However, this also presents a cautionary tale. Will reliance on robotic companions create a world where human-to-human connection is diminished? Balancing the benefits of robotic companionship with the importance of fostering real human relationships will likely be one of the greatest cultural challenges of this technological evolution. Another fascinating implication is how these developments may reshape the workforce. Robots capable of emotional intelligence and adaptability could work seamlessly alongside humans in countless industries, from customer service to healthcare, enhancing productivity while also filling emotional gaps that traditional machines can't. This could fundamentally change how we view robots not as competitors but as collaborators that elevate the human experience. However, this will also require society to redefine ethical boundaries. How much autonomy should these robots have? Should they be programmed to mimic emotions they don't actually feel? And to what extent should we entrust them with sensitive tasks such as caregiving or mentorship? Finally, space pets could serve as cultural ambassadors, inspiring people to rethink the relationship between humanity and technology. As these robots start accompanying astronauts on missions that capture global attention, they'll likely become symbols of humanity's ingenuity and adaptability. Their success in space could inspire public confidence in robotics, encouraging further investment in technologies that benefit life on Earth. After all, many of the innovations developed for space exploration, like satellite-based GPS or advancements in food preservation, have already transformed life as we know it. Space pets might simply be the next chapter in this legacy of progress. As we step boldly into the era of deep space exploration, space pets are much more than a futuristic concept. They're a glimpse into a world where the boundaries between human and machine blur, and technology becomes an integral part of emotional and social life. Whether they're helping astronauts endure the isolation of deep space or offering companionship to those in need back on Earth, these robotic companions may redefine not just the future of space travel, but the essence of human connection itself. From the challenges of isolation to the excitement of pushing technological boundaries, robotic space pets represent a profound leap in how we approach both technology and humanity's needs. They're more than machines, they're a testament to our creativity and resilience, finding ways to bring emotional warmth and companionship to even the cold, vast expanse of space. By blending artificial intelligence, biomimicry, and human-inspired design, these incredible creations show us that technology isn't just about solving problems, it's about enhancing the human experience in meaningful ways. At their core, these space pets address one of the most universal human desires, the need for connection. Whether it's through playful interactions, emotional support during stressful moments, or simply being a calming presence in an isolated environment, these robotic companions remind us that even when surrounded by infinite stars, it's relationships, however unconventional, that ground us. They represent a new way of thinking about how humans and machines can work together, supporting not just the practical demands of exploration, but the emotional challenges that arise when venturing so far from home. But the story of robotic space pets is also a celebration of adaptability. Developing these companions has required scientists and engineers to overcome some of the toughest challenges imaginable, creating robots that can thrive in extreme conditions, operate autonomously over long missions, and build genuine bonds with their human counterparts. With every breakthrough, from lifelike behaviors to advanced emotional intelligence, these projects are pushing the limits of what's possible, not just for space travel but for robotics in general. They're paving the way for innovations that could one day transform everything from healthcare to education here on Earth. And yet, what makes these robotic companions so inspiring is how they highlight the unshakable human drive to create, to innovate, and to care. By designing machines that can offer something as intangible as emotional support, we're reminded of the power of creativity to solve challenges that go far beyond the physical. These space pets are proof that even when faced with the ultimate frontier, humanity's greatest strengths, our ingenuity, empathy, and imagination will always guide us forward. As we prepare for the next era of exploration, with missions to Mars and dreams of venturing even further, the lessons learned from robotic space pets will undoubtedly shape our journey. They're not just companions for astronauts, they're symbols of how technology can bring humanity's best qualities to every corner of the universe. What do you think about the idea of having a robotic pet in space? Would you find comfort in sharing your journey with a machine designed to feel like a friend? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. And if you're fascinated by how innovation is reshaping our future, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into topics like this. Together, let's keep exploring the incredible ways technology is transforming the world and one day the stars.